I've been deplatformed everywhere. If there is some global list which is filled with all the names of people who are not allowed a voice, I can absolutely assure you I'm on it. I've lost 4 bank accounts in 3 different countries. I've been deplatformed on PayPal. I've been deplatformed on MailChimp. I've been deplatformed on Twitter. I was verified. 60,000 followers taken away from me. My Facebook is watched so carefully. If I even say anything even remotely semi-offensive to anybody, I get an instant 60K ban. I made a comment while on holiday saying that women from Eastern Europe dress so much nicer than women from Western Europe, and I was banned for 2 months for that. Every word I say is analyzed. Every word I say is watched, and the second they get a chance to deplatform me, they do it. If you name a platform, I've been kicked off it. So for a long time, I was sitting there thinking, why is this? Why do I bother people so much? Am I really so offensive? And sometimes I read through my own words and I sit there and I think, okay, yeah, I'm being offensive here on purpose, or I'm being provocative here on purpose. Sometimes I really don't understand why I'm saying that's so offensive. Most of the things I purport are self-belief, strength of mind. I teach men to be confident. I understand that men and women are meant to be together, we're made to be together. If I can help a man go find a girlfriend so they can fall in love and have children and have a beautiful family, I don't see why it's bad to tell men what I know about women. I don't see what I'm teaching that is so devastating to the global elites that they think I have to be silenced at every opportunity. I've had 4 Twitters banned. I was saying this to a friend of mine, a quite important friend of mine, and his theory, and the only reason I'm entertaining it is because he's a very high status individual. His theory is that because my dad was in the CIA is why this is happening. Not many people know this, but my father was an intelligence agent for the CIA. I'm happy to say that now, as he's deceased. So I don't feel like I need to hide that fact anymore. He was a chess grandmaster, a linguist, and also a CIA agent. So that's his theory. Other theory is that if you piss people off too much, too strong on one platform, you end up on this global list and they just drag you away from every platform. My theory is that I managed to achieve engagement and reach, which I'm pretty sure is unsurpassed by nearly anybody else. I don't look into my analytics because I'm not interested. But the few times I've done that, I achieve more Twitter impressions than people with 50 or 60,000 followers when I have 5 or 6,000 followers. And I think it's because my message resonates with people. I can actually speak, or I could articulate my points far more delicately if I decided to, and I could also be far more clever with the language if I decide to. But I am deliberately aggressive, deliberately blunt, and deliberately super to the point in a form which people digest, but the digestion motivates them. There's something about my words which are motivational. I wouldn't say inspirational, I'd say they're motivational. I could make the same point in a different way. I could make the same point with an academic spin. But the way I make my points make people sit and think, go, yeah, this fucking guy's right. And this is my theory as to why they deplatform me. Because I genuinely changed the way people think. With this in mind, and understanding that eventually I will be deplatformed from everywhere, forever, we've created the war room. What's most frustrating about this whole thing to me, being honest, is that I'm already self-censoring. They're deplatforming me to try and censor me. I already censor myself. I speak about 20% of the subjects I want to speak about. I know things I don't say. And when I do say things, even though I come across like I'm just telling the hard-hitting truth, I'm deliberately saying, oh, you can't say that, can't say that. I'm already censoring myself. And I'm doing that just to try and survive. And yet on every YouTube video, there's a warning. I'm 1 strike away from deplatforming. What have I done? So if I'm going to have to self-censor myself and water down my message and still not survive, I don't see the point in censoring myself at all. And that's exactly what the war room is for. The war room is where there's going to be information, content, videos, podcasts, etc., where there is 0 censorment. I'm going to say exactly what I think and exactly what I know without fear of being deplatformed anywhere. Even my hosting provider deplatformed my website, and we had to buy our own servers and put it back up. That's the level they're trying to suppress what I have to say. So my choices are either to succumb or to up the game. And I've decided to up the game. Now the things we're going to discuss in the war room are going to be topics I've never discussed before. If you sit there and rack your brain, I'm sure you can think with your own mind. There are many topics which are not safe for social media without an instant ban. I'm going to say things I've never said before. And on top of that, there are certain elements of my private life and personal life which I have to protect. I'm very fortunate, and the reason I have a voice is because I don't have a corporate overlord. Most people who think like me, if they have a job, they can't say it. If they live or work with other people, they can't say it. Because what's going to happen is when they get discovered, then they're going to be attacked. They're going to lose their income, lose their livelihood. As a fighter, I'm allowed to be a bad guy. If I say something which can be deemed as sexist or misogynist, it doesn't matter. I'm a fighter. The kickboxing organizations of Russia will always offer me money because they don't care about that shit over there anyway. So for this reason, I can't really be tarnished. However, there are still certain views and opinions and information I have where it could detriment my life if it was completely open for public consumption. And these are views on very sensitive subjects. So I decided to create the war room where I can express my views to a select group of individuals who are prepared to understand them. That's what this is for. This is not for, if you're a general viewer and you generally enjoy what I have to say, good, enjoy it. You're still learning a lot. But there's going to be a select group of you who understand this is what I'm saying is the tip of the fucking iceberg, and you are genuinely ready to know the rest. And it's going to change your perception on the world forever. I can absolutely assure you of that. That's what the war room's for. The war room format is as follows. I'll be putting up a personal picture with some information of what the picture is, which is not fit for public consumption. There's going to be interviews with people from my personal life. Females, so you're going to understand the female side. A lot of what you hear is from my side, the male perspective. How I view relationships, how I view dating, how I view game, why I can cheat on my girl, why I did, etc. You're going to hear it all from the girl's side, which is going to give you a complete view of the entire situation, which is very beneficial if you want to try and replicate yourself. If you want to replicate my lifestyle, if you want to live with 4 full-time girlfriends, if you want to do these things, then it's going to be beneficial for you to hear the female side. You're going to learn a lot of things. There's going to be podcasts and interviews with people I know. The people I hang around with, my friends, are extremely established people and not necessarily established in a traditional sense. I'm talking about mafia bosses. If you follow my Instagram, you will see pictures of high-level street pimps. I have friends with $1.5 million Lamborghinis purely from street girls. I have mafia boss friends, active and retired. I have scam artists. I have fraudsters. These are the people I hang around with. These are the people I know. These are the people I hang around with. If they have something to say, they're going to say it, but it's only going to be in the war room. As well as that, each week I'll be doing a video very similar to a Tate speech, but it's going to be on topics I cannot discuss anywhere else, saying things I cannot say anywhere else. The war room is not going to be an archive of sensitive information. The war room is going to be updated in real time. When a new video exists, you're going to watch it. It's going to be there to consume for a day or two, and it will be deleted. This is not going to be an archive where you can just turn up later and check out, oh, what did he say back in April? Because I have to be super careful of the fact that I might be compromised. I have to protect myself, and I also have to protect all the other people who will be participating. So for that reason, the war room is going to be updated in real time. There's going to be no archive of the information in the war room. The purpose of it is for you to sit, digest, understand, watch the video repeatedly until you have everything you need from it, and understand that the video is going to disappear forever. That's what the general theme of the war room is. This is what it's for. And eventually when I'm deplatformed, absolutely, this will be the only place to see me. YouTube, Tate Speech, Twitter, all those things are going to disappear, and only the war room is going to be what's left. So if you're thinking of joining, that's what's going to be in the war room. I am very open to your feedback on the kind of information you're going to find in the war room. What I will say to you is if you want to make a Twitter comment, or if you want to email me about it, try and do so without being specific about the contents of the video. Hey, just watched the war room video, I think XYZ. Don't tweet me saying, war room video said blah blah, because I will block you. But that's the general purpose of it. Absolutely, you're invited. But this is a select inner circle for a reason. Make sure you're prepared.